baby, we made it to another Valentine's Day. Only not everyone celebrates Valentine's Day. If you happen to find yourself single this Valentine's Day, don't even sweat it. I'm about to tell you a surefire way to find love in your future. Growing up, I always had an awesome idea of what I wanted in love. Champagne, roses, a tough guy in a leather jacket. I've always been attracted to rebels, and whenever I found one, I became obsessed. We can all relate to this, right? Romance is one of the strongest drives on earth. Scientists equate the romantic phase with heroin addiction. By the way, love is blind. You're far less likely to be annoyed by quirky habits because the part of your brain that becomes annoyed is turned off during this phase. He snores. He has morning breath. It's called the honeymoon phase, and it lasts anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. But then, bam! The euphoria of romance wears off. Now, everything he does becomes annoying. He snores. He has morning breath. It's at this point that we either fall out of love and break up, or we fall out of the romance stage and decide to continue on to a long-term relationship. I'm afraid the odds are stacked against you, though. 70% of couples break up within the first year. Don't worry, it's not you. It's Mother Nature. Mother Nature only cares that the human race continue on, and she uses unfair tactics. And to add fuel to the fire, Hollywood and society have unrealistic views of what love should be. Growing up, I fell for that same trap. I wanted the white picket fence, 2.4 children. I caved. Everyone told me, dump the bad guy. Find a nice college man, someone who wears a tie. I flopped like a pancake and I listened to them. And all was right with the world from the outside, but on the inside, I wasn't in love. And then came the day I found out he had been cheating on me. At least he looked good doing it, wearing a tie. I've long since gotten over the sting of that heartbreak. Now I'm in a long-term relationship with myself, and I really enjoy it. Yet inevitably at social gatherings, the subject always comes up. Tonia, why don't you try online dating? Oh, hey Tonia, my friend just got married, and she's in a wheelchair. Oh, are you trying to say there's hope for me? No, thank you. I love being single, I tell them. Yet they continue to push. There's a stigma attached to being single that even our government gets involved in. Married couples get tax breaks, and at work, it's the singles who are singled out to work holidays and overtime. 110 million Americans are single, so guess what? We're the majority. And just for your information, science can now back up what I've known for years. Singles do it better. A study by the Science Family and Marriage says that married couples are women who have never been married are actually healthier than married women. We have fewer doctor's visits and fewer disability days. And also, singles exercise more. But we need marriage for financial stability, right? Wrong. 36% of married couples are in debt, as opposed to only 21% of their single counterparts. Ha! Put that in your IRA and invest it. Singles also have more fun. We're more social, and I don't need research to back that up. Singles are badass. But that's very little consolation if you're suffering from heartbreak or if you're living in a world that glorifies couples. And I promised you a guaranteed way to find love, and I meant real love. So let's get to it. I'll start by telling a story about myself. A few years ago, I fell. and I spent 10 months recovering in a nursing home. I got over that injury, but to this day, when I go out in the world, I'm very cautious. I call the venue ahead of time, and I always make sure I have someone with me at help. The other day, in January, I missed out on a live music event because none of my friends were available. Instead, I sat home and wallowed. Wallowing is a good way to make sure you stay in a rut. Some of you might remember the story of my sister. She found her true love, but she also found a few years into her marriage that she would never be able to have kids. She had a special gift with children, so it was a cruel irony that she would never have her own. She could have obsessed over this. She could have let society tell her she was less than a woman. But instead of wallowing in self-pity, she used her free time to build relationships with the children in her community. As a result, she was a mother figure to countless individuals. And that's the secret. The secret is to find your unique gift and share it with the world. And when you do, you're connected to a higher purpose. And you'll find yourself attracting people who value you for who you are. And some of those people, they'll seem to come out of the woodworks to help you build your dreams, including the love of your life. And any loss or void that you've had will come back to you 10 times over in the form of a blessing. Think back to my sister who couldn't have kids. She ended up mothering an entire community. There's one more step though, one more thing that you need to ensure that you find love. It's faith. Your life unfolds exactly as you believe it will. We are currently living self-fulfilling prophecies as we speak. And when you live a faith-filled life, your confidence increases. Love will not be found when it's chased. But if you share your gift with the world and believe that love is on its way, love will not be denied. And that is how I guarantee that you will find love. Thank you.